Well, here I have my 587 Rotax engine from my Sea-Doo. This is in 1993. This engine is actually coming out of this Sea-Doo today. And I just thought I'd, well, since I have the heads off, I just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a wonderful demonstration of a two-stroke engine. And some things that maybe you may or may not have thought about with these engines, style engines. Let's have a look carefully at what's happening here. First of all, let's listen to what's happening. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a fair amount of suction going on here. Like you can hear the suction. There's a bit of compression and a bit of suction. But what I'm trying to demonstrate is the importance of the crankcase. So on a two-cycle engine, that crankcase is really important. You know, people tend to be really highly focused on the compression of the cylinders, and while that is very important, the compression and suction being created by the piston in the crankcase is just as important, and you'll see why. Let's have a look at this piston here. So right now we're at top dead center, and this is where the ignition occurs. And then here's our power stroke, so we're coming down, creating power, and then right about here we see the exhaust port open up, so it starts letting some of those exhaust gases out. But at the same time, keep going down, we see that the crankcase fuel air inlets have now opened as well, and that happens as this piston is going down, which is creating pressure in the crankcase to force that. It's kind of like a reverse pressure to force the fuel air in here. And at the same time, this piston is coming up, which is creating a suction into the crankcase. At the same time that it's on its compression stroke, it's creating a suction at the bottom half of the piston within the crankcase, which is helping the fuel air mixture come into here. So that these two pistons are working in tandem to not only create compression but also suction at the same time, which is really cool. Now when we get to the bottom of the stroke here, you see now we've got our fuel air mixture coming inside, and a bit of a problem here, our exhaust port is open, and as the piston comes back up and we're supposedly compressing, our exhaust port is still open. So theoretically we're losing a lot of our fuel air mixture just straight out the exhaust pipe, and that's sort of one of the reasons why two-stroke engines are said to be sort of inefficient, and they can be viewed as being sort of bad polluters at the same time, because the reality is that some of what comes out of your exhaust in a two-stroke engine is actually unburned fuel, or particulates that haven't been fully burned, kind of thing. But that brings us to another interesting feature of the two-stroke engine. So we can see that we're compressing the gas here, and at this point we see our exhaust port is still open, and that's where you see these funny looking exhaust pipes become really important. You see it's sort of looks like a pretzel, and the opening of the exhaust port is rather small, and it comes into a large portion, and then it becomes small again. This part of the pipe, what that does, it actually creates a a back pressure shock wave within the exhaust system. And when it hits that part of the pipe there, it sends a shock wave back through the exhaust pipe and forces some of the unburned gases back into the cylinder, which makes it a lot more efficient and gives it a lot more power. So there are many aspects to this engine working well than just the compression. And so you've got this sort of suction, compression, kind of pulsing happening in that crankcase down there. Keep in mind, you might not realize this, but I have to look up the exact numbers, but at full throttle, this process is happening like 60 times a second. So it's, it could be more than that. I'd have to look up the numbers, but I mean, when you realize how quickly this thing is turning, it's quite humbling. So it creates this kind of a vacuum, suction, compression pulse in the crankcase, which is precisely how these carburetors run as well. They have diaphragms in there, and the fuel pump is all run off that. There's usually a line that comes from the, as a matter of fact, it's right there. So you can see, if I can get the light over here, you see there's a tube hooked to the crankcase right here, and it comes into the carburetor. And what that is doing is taking some of that pulsing information from the from the crankcase and feeding it into the diaphragm of the carburetor, which is helping pump the gas through and atomize the fuel, so on and so forth. All those functions are created off that pulsing action. And it's all timed in a perfect ballet, right? Down here is the rotary valve. Every two-stroke engine has a different way of opening and closing the ports to the crankcase. But it's a very ingenious design, and very, very interesting. And hopefully you can appreciate the importance of crankcase seals now. I mean, you could clearly see that if the crankcase is not sealed properly, this engine is flat out not going to run. So you need to be testing for more than just compression when you're thinking about the shape of a two-stroke engine. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.